Let me message in the group once. Automation. So I message in the group. Now recording has been started. Now I'm going here. You see here other examples I have, and one example is print the table of 5. So I'm going here. You see I have opened this, and very simple condition is there. Whatever the number you want as a table, you just initialize this number, say that this is a table of 5. I put that table number is a 5, then int I equal to 1. This initialization part I am keeping as I equal to 1, then I is less than equal to 10, I plus plus. So one by one the value of I will be incremented and it will go from 1 to 10. So this is the loop which I want to design. And inside for means I have a block here, you can see here system.out.println. So first I am printing the num. So num will be 5. Just think of the first time, right? So it will print 5, and this is something multiplication symbol, means x I am giving. Then I am printing the value of I. So I is 1. So it will print as 5 into 1. Then it will put equal to. So it will just print 5 into 1 equal to, and then it is finally printing the calculation. So num into I. So first time it will print 5 into 1. So it will print 5. So what will happen after this? It will go here and it will increment the value of here. And once it incremented the value of here, then what it will do? It will come here and it will now 2. So it will check now 2 is less than 10. Then it will keep on doing like that. And if I run this program, you see a very simple program, Java application. So it first time printed 5 1 ja, the value of I is keep on changing, you can see here, and it went up to 10 times and then it worked. And whatever it is, 5 1 ja 5, 5 2 is a 10, 5 3 is a 15, it multiplying factor, it just printed like that. So it's up to you how you want to design, and it will be printed like that. And if it is like putting any number here, say that 6, just run it. So it will print the table of 6. So this way you can control. Now just one more question I want to raise. Say that someone is asking you that print table from 1 to 10. Okay. So how you are going to do that? So just think of that. See, based on the number, this loop is continued and this loop is printing. So what I will do, I will pass one by one different numbers. First time I will pass 1, second time will pass 2. This way I can design. So how to design that thing? Okay. What I will do, I will put outer loop. One is outer loop, one is inner loop. So outer loop is like one by one I will pass the number, and inner loop will print the table for that number. You see here, first time I am passing int j range equal to 1, range less than equal to 10, range plus plus. I'm putting a curly bracket here, but this bracket should be ending after this bracket. And once this bracket is ended, before that you just put S out. Why? Because you want to break the line. better kind of thing. Okay, so you see here now its design part is completed. Only the thing is that when I have this first time 1, second time it will be 2. So this, based on this, I will have my what you call the value, the which table I want to print. So based on that, so it should be range here. So I will delete this now instead of num, or I can just assign here this value. That should be okay. So what it will do is everything is same. I am not touching anything in internal design part, and it will be everything same. So for this internal loop, outer loop will just provide the number, and internal loop, what it will do based on the number you are passing here, it will initialize the number, and for that number this loop will work. So you see here, just I am running it and you see the output, then you will understand what is happening here. So first time it is printing the table of 1, then the separator is coming, and then for next loop when it is coming the value is becoming 2. So next time it print the loop of like 2, the table of 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, 7. So it, this I'm controlling from 1 to 10, and internally it's also control like how much time you want to print. Say that outer loop I'm controlling, no, I want to print the table from 2 to 6 only. Okay, so this range I am controlling from outer loop, means from where to where I want to print, and internal loop, like normally you have a table of 1 ja, 2 ja up to 10 ja, right? So that thing you can control, it's up to you. So just run it and test it whether it is working or not. You can see here. So it is starting from 2 because the starting value I have given as a 2, and if you want to modify more, you take this range here and put here, and you can remove this line. So this is not needed. I'm just minimizing the code because based on this range, this value will be keep on multiplying and printing. So should be okay. You can see here the output is same, and if you want to not print up to 10 ja, so you can control here. You can just control up to 5. So what it will do, for every table it will just print 1 ja, 2 ja, 3 ja, 4 ja, 5 ja. So you can see here up to 5 it is printing. So it's up to, if you want to print up to 20 za, so it will print up to 20 za. You can see here every table it is printing up to 20 times. So this way you can control outer loop and inner loop. What happened, I put a wrong name here. 1 up to 10. Rename. And this is something table of 5. So it's just a simple one loop it is there, and this is inner loop and outer loop. Based on that condition it will work. So you see here inner loop works how and outer loop works how. So this way you can control it. You will see more of this. Yes.
So if we put while num is less than 10, and then we keep on num plus plus, if we do, then also will it be like inner loop? While is also inner loop, or only for is inner loop?
No, anything in inside anything you can design. It's up to you.
Okay.
There is no restriction that only for should be there or for while should be there. Anything you can design. While for you can put. It's up to you. So this is something one your test question. Write a number to print the table of 5 first 10 values. So that already did, but I have to one more level, that if I have a range, then how you will design. So second question is something about range. So first I will do it simple way, and then I will go through the range one. Okay, so I have the examples and I will show you. So this is prime number. You see here the problem of prime number says that say that you take any number, right? And you want to test whether this number is a prime or not. So what you have to do, you have to divide this number from starting from 2 to the half of that number. If the value is 90, then divide it by 2 to 45 from each of the number. At any point, if you find that that number is 100% divisible, this remainder is not there, the remainder is equal to 0. So it means that number is not a prime number. If after completion of loop you find that every time we are getting remainder, means the remainder is not 0, so it means that is a prime number. So prime number properties is never completely divisible by any number. So that's the only test we have to do. So suppose that I have taken one example x equal to 90, and this I am taking as a flag. Flag means if I found something that if it is a prime number or not, based on that I can change the flag value. So initially I am assuming that this number is a prime number. Okay. So initial assumption is this is a prime number, and based on that I am going to design it. So you see here in line number 9, this is the main condition. I have taken this number as a prime, and if in the division side I find that it is 100% divisible, so I will set this value as a false, and based on this value, after coming out of the loop, I will test that what is the current value of this. If after coming out of the loop the value is still true, it means the number is prime, and if after coming out of the loop the value of prime is false, so it means not a prime number, right? So this is the only logic I have implemented, and you see here this part what I have put here. So initial value I have taken as I equal to 2, because my part is to start the division from the number 2. So 2 to the half of the number. So I is this one, I is less than x by 2. So x, whatever the x value you are passing, based on that this loop will just test the condition, and I plus plus every time the value of I will be keep on changing. I am saying that if x modulus division I, it means the number is divided by this one. If is equal to 0, it means if it is 100% divisible, then set the value of prime as a false, and after that no need to test again, because this number I have come to know this is not a prime number. So why to need to test from each and every number? So just break it. So this is the only condition and main logic for this. Rest of the things, if this is not equal to 0, it will keep on doing divide by 2, 3, 4, anything, it will keep on doing that. And after completion of this loop, when it will come out, I will have a test if the value of it is a true or false. So if it is a true, it means the number is prime. If the value is not true, it means else part when it will come. It will come when the value is false. So it went there and checked, and then it says the number is not prime. When this is false, the value of prime is either true or false. So based on that I am assuming that this number is prime or not number. It says that number is not a prime number, and it just keep on dividing and it come to know, that should be okay. But what if I'm taking a 97? So you know 97 is a prime number. Number is a prime, 97. So this logic is correct, is working fine, and based on this loop it is able to control it. And if you want to see in the debug mode, that should be okay. I just show in the debug mode. So I put this as a debug point. Let me put this as a debug point. You see, and when you run this in the debug mode, just right click and debug as Java application. Now see here, when I am running in the debug mode, you will see this kind of a screen. One is variable initialization, and then the debug point where you have put, it will keep on waiting here. Okay, so one by one you want to execute it. So come here, step over. Step over is something present in the Eclipse as well and in the IntelliJ as well. So you just have to use a step over. So do a step over here. It will come here. You see here two variables initialize. X is 97 and prime is true. Then go next. So this condition is true. That's why it is entering in the loop. But another value I is initialized. You can see here. And now it is coming as x but modulus division I should be equal to 0 if it is there. So you right click here, select and right click and then inspect. So it is saying that false, means this is not equal to 0. When you are divide 97 by 2, there will be remainder, right? So based on that, it is evaluating that condition is not a true condition. You can see here x modulus division I is equal to 0. That becomes false. So if it is false, then the program flow will go there and now it will initialize the value as I equal to 3 and it will keep on dividing. You go there and see. It came here and this value will be changed here. So now the value is 3 and based on condition it will come here. Now x, what is x? X is still 97. Now it is going to divide by 3. So this condition is didn't match, so again it come here. Like same thing happening. So it will keep on dividing up to where? Divide by 2, 97 divide by 2, whatever it will come. So based on that it will calculate. So let me do that. Right click, select it, and you can keep it in the watch as well. So there is a watch. You see here 48 it is coming. So what it will do, it will keep on, this loop will continue from 2 to 48. So that many times it will keep on running. So come in the variable sections and then just keep on step over step over. 8, 9, you see the value changing. 10, so dividing by 11, then 12. So these many times this loop will work. And after completion of this loop, when it will be completed, 31, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, it is keep on just 44, 45, 46, 47, now it is 48, right? After that, see here what will happen. It came out of the loop, understand? And now it will check here, it is true or false. So prime value is what? True. So it means this section will be executed. It came here, this section will be executed. And you see here, it is coming number as a prime, and after that it will come out of the if else. And then it is the main. When it came to main, you click here. And this is terminated. So in this way, you can go and test. This is something prime number demo. And now I have one range where you have to check in the range whatever the number are prime number or not. You see here, I am taking the start value from 2 because 1, 2 is considered as a prime number, 3 is also considered as a prime number, but division is also always start from the 2. So I am taking as a 2 initial value and the final value as 100. So between this I have to find whatever the number are prime, right? So I have taken, you first open this one and this one, then you will understand what is happening. In the last program, I have to just take one number and check it whether that number is a prime number or not in this program. Understand? So based on that, what I was doing, I was taking x divided by 2 and then checking whether the logic what I have taken is a prime number. So logic will be same here, just one outer loop will be there which keep on changing the number every time, and based on the changing number you will tell that whether the number is prime or not. So this is the concept I am using here. So there will be two loops here, one is inner loop and one is outer loop. You see a inner loop is almost same what I did in the last time. I have taken the number, the value I have taken, and same thing I am doing. Last time I was doing same x modulus division I. So same thing I am doing, the number which you have given, based on that I will just check, and if it is not a prime number I will do the same logic, right? And after coming out of this loop I am testing whether this is number is a prime or not. If it is prime, then only I am printing it. If it is condition is true, then only I am printing, otherwise I am not printing. So my purpose is to check each and every number, and if the number is prime then I am printing, else I am not printing, right? And this is
Sir,
the
so whenever we are asked to solve any problem where range is given, so this is the best approach we can go for, double
yes,
for.
yes.
So in the first for we will give the start and we'll give the endpoint
End.
of range.
Yes, you can give. That's the
Okay.
only thing you can do, and based on that you can control the what you call loop. So say
Okay.
that my start value is int start start equal to, say that I have taken as a 10. I have, let me take st, and second variable I am taking as int end equal to 200, right? And the value of a start you can set as st, because loop things you will control. I do not want to disturb your for loop and all such things. So just pass this value here, and the value of end you pass over here. So this will control the range, start range and end range, from where to where you want to do that. So that will be controlled by the outer for loop, and rest of the things is same as whatever you did. From here to here is
Show
same.
me once again that program,
The first
please.
one or second one?
This one.
So boolean value you have taken prime as true, like same as last time you have done, and inside this your starting value is 2, the whatever means this condition up to where you want to divide. So based on the value you will divide it by 2. So loop will run up to, inner loop will run up to that much of time, and then I plus plus you have given, and you are just dividing it and checking whether it is equal to 0 or not. If it is equal to 0, just set the prime as false and break the loop. So inner loop will be break, not outer loop. So outer loop will keep on continuing, right? So when you are coming out of the inner for loop, so you are inside the outer, but you are just here testing whether this is prime or not. If it is prime, then you just print the number, that's it. You are doing, this is the logic we have implemented, and range by calculation
Thank
we
you.
are doing. You can see here I have done this changes, and I will just try to run this. Let me run it in the debug mode, then you will understand more, right? For one or two time I will run it, then I will just run it normal way. So I have put a debug point, just right click here and put a debug point, and then rest right click, debug as Java application. So see here, as of now it is the first one. I just initialize it, came here, start value 10, end value is 200, so range I have got. So when it will come, the loop is true, means conditions are true, so loop will run. So it came here, the start value is also 10, prime is equal to true, and the loop is started. So since 10 is completely divisible by 2. So is equal to 0, you know, right? So what will happen? It will come out, and this, based on that, it will not print. You see here, this condition is true. It came out setting the value of prime equal to false. It changed here. And then when it came out here and it breaked, loop is broken. So now it came here, this condition it is testing, it didn't find that condition is true. Condition is false. So it will not run this, it will not print. Then again it came to outer for loop. Once inner for loop is completed, then outer for loop. Now this time the value of start should be changed as 11. Change. Now it coming and checking for, first it will divide by 2, then 3, then you keep on checking. I equal to 2. First time it is, this condition is false, then it is changing the value of I equal to 3, then it will divide by 3. So 11 divided by 2. So it will run up to 2, 3, 4, 5. This way it will do. Okay. This is for 4 it is running. Now for 5 also it will run. And then again it came out and check. Oh, this number, value of prime is true. So this will be printed. The number will be printed. It's printed over here. So this way it will do, and let me execute it. So it printed all the value which is prime. And you can individually check whether it is doing correct way or not. So suppose that you have to check from 2 to 50. So you can control the range over here. Outer loop will take care of range. Inner loop will take care of the logic. Okay. It printed. These are the numbers or prime numbers between two numbers. And finally, when you completed, then come to the Java perspective mode. So this was something we have to discuss, and we already did that. The lab exercise and all such things about for loop. For each loop also we have done. Integer and character array we have done. More I will show you on the for each loop side. See here. This part and this part we have seen. Now I will show you this part. Consider that I have a string str welcome to Java learning, and you want to use which loop? So you have seen via advanced for loop, and if you have to use simple for loop, so simple for loop I is equal to str.length minus 1. So what it will do, it will print in the reverse order. So for reverse order, what you have to do, calculate the length of this, so this length, and just put a minus 1. So I is pointing to the last index, right? What it will do, it will just point to the last index by the using this way. So str.length, every string in Java has a dot length method which calculates the length, but indexing in array just point to 1 less than that. So that's why I'm taking str.length minus 1. This is the initial value of the index. That index will point up to here, and then I is greater than equal to 0. Why I have taken this way? Because I'm print in the reverse order. Suppose that someone asks that I want to print this string in the reverse order, they will ask you the logic. So logic is that you just remember this. Set the ith position to the last position. So this way you can set, and one by one it will come to the left section. Means one by one it will just move on to the left part. So left part I am taking I is greater than equal to 0. So from here it will come to 0th row. This is the first index, it will be 0, and then I'm putting I minus minus. So initially it will be here, then when you will decrement it, it will keep on moving like this one by one, right? And you see here, if you want to print it, so there is a method called str.char@. So what it will do, it will take the index, and with the help of index it will fetch the character value of that. So I'm putting the index. So first time it will point to this, then next loop it will point to the n, and this way it will print. To understand it in a better way, you can put this thread.slip and then you run it, and then you check how it is running.
Do they ask us to reverse the words also?
Yes. So that is like done via string array. I will show you that part also. So you see here, our program is working as expected. So this was the initial, what you call, this was the initial string we have got, and one by one I printed it in the reverse order. So logic wise, I have explained you the initial positions should be set from this one G, and how you will calculate the index position of G. So based on str length minus 1, and you have to move to the left part up to 0th location. So it will keep on moving, it's greater than equal to 0 and I minus minus. So from here it will keep on moving to this way printed over here. But if you are asking like how you will print the words in the reverse order, right? Your question is. So let me show you that part. You can see this program. You can see. I think we have already discussed, but again I can discuss, is no problem. So what we have to do is string str, you take any sentence, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 words here, and based on that the output should be like this. This should be come at the first position, then here, then to, then welcome, but the characters are not reverse of the word. So how you will do that? Means we have to split into the array. So based on the spaces, split is a method of string which takes like on which string you want to split it. So you can pass that. I'm passing it like spaces. So based on that I am splitting it. So once I split it, it will give you the string array. You see here, it is a string array, and return type of split is a string array. So it will automatically convert to the string array. So string array, when it will convert, so just imagine that it will be like this. It will be stored. I will just commented it out, but for your understanding I will show you. It will become like this: welcome, comma, then comma, then comma. Okay, so it will become, initially it was like a string, but now it will become the string array. Word by word it will become like this after applying a split function. Okay, so once it is array like this, so what you have to do, first take this last position, then this position, then this position, then this position. The same logic I have implemented. I is str. So string has a length method, you remember. String has a length method, but array has a length variable. Just remember this. This is the difference, because sometimes people are getting confused. If it is array and if it is a string, so what is the difference? So if it is a string without array, so you will use dot length method, and if it is an array, so what you will do, dot length variable, and rest of the things logic will be same. I'm saying that str array, this is the array what I'm getting here, dot length minus 1, the initial position should set on the last word, and the I should be greater than 0, I minus minus. Okay, and then I'm printing it, str array of I. So that's the only logic. Last time I was using this char at I, and this time I'm using, since array wise, so I'm using like this, and then almost the logic is same. You see, so length is 4 here, as you know. So 4 minus 1, its index is 3. So I value is 3. So I am printing a index of 3, str array of index of 3. So it will print 2022, then year. This way it will print. Anything else want to discuss on this? I don't see any other example, just a simple, this question is given, you can see. I equal to 1, I less than equal to 11, I plus plus. Outer loop I am controlling for range. Inner loop 1 to 8. Let's take as a tangent, and just I am printing I into j. So whatever the value you will pass, I will multiply the value of j and I will just print it. So I'm just printing the numbers. You can see here the table of the particular number, means 1 jar, 2 jar, I'm printing like this. Up to 11 I'm printing. So this was also same, almost same kind of example. Anyone? Any questions?
No, sir, this is good. Thank you so much.
Understood the concepts?
Yes, I understood. I'll further look up again on the video also if I'm stuck when I'm practicing.
Correct, correct. So this part we have completed. Now I will look to the next topic. If it is small, then I can look into that. We have already gone through this example. If you remember the range wise, if based on if condition and the range, I am putting the grading of the students. This question also we have done. So now I'm coming to the arrays in Java. So basically what is an array? Array is a similar data type and continuous memory location. Okay. So if you have defined it as an integer, so it will only hold the integer, and the size of array is initialized once, and it is a fix of size, means it cannot grow, it cannot shrink. Okay. So that is the main important part. And if you have defined as a character array, so only character will be stored. If you define integer, so only integer will be stored. And if you have defined a string array, then only string. So particular data type, if you have a custom class and you design the array of that class, so only that kind of data would be hold. So that is the restriction about array. Size is defined initially, and there are two ways of initialization. One is at the creation you are initializing the data, and one is like later on you are initializing the data. So there are two ways to initialize the array. I'll show you both of the ways so that you will familiar. The size is fixed, means whatever the size you have defined, that cannot grow or shrink. And indexing based it is handled. It means the first value is called 0 index and the last value is the size minus 1. Suppose that this is the array of 10, so it will be index having 0 to 9. Type of array: single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. So multi-dimensional we will see later. Just focus on single dimensional, and single dimensional is the continuous memory location. You can just define that how much you want, and then you can just put. So let me show you that examples. Array is demo. If you are going for array, so you should know about this class. arrays class is there in Java. You go there, and basically this class is present under util package. You can see here java.util package. It was introduced in Java 1.2. And what are the methods there? So you go there and see show view outline. You can see as list. You can convert array as list. So list is some collections concept which you will be seeing later on, and you come down and see some of the methods. All these methods are static methods. So SSSS methods you can see here. So static methods means these methods need to be accessed with class name dot method name kind of thing. So copy of, these are overloaded methods. Now you understand what is overloading concept. If someone is asking, can you tell me some real example where you have used or seen, you can say that yeah, arrays class, copy of method, copy of range is there, deep equals is there, equals method is there. So a lot of things you can tell. This field method is there, hash code method is there. Short method is there. Lot of method you can see here. Just a second. Just a second. You can see here. So a lot of methods we have already got here. Now I will go into the implementation. So since you are working on array, so you have to use arrays class as well. So this is separate class which you have to use. Now let's go some implementation part. How you will create? So there are two ways of creation. One is like at the time of creation you are initializing the array, and one is like lazy initialization. So lazy initialization says that first create and later on you initialize and use it. Okay, you can see here what I am doing here. I am creating one array, integer array. So you can put this as like this as well, that is also allowed. So there is no problem, or you can put it like this as well. So both way it's allowed in Java that you can write. And there is ellipse as well, means you can put it like this. I think this is allowed. Why it is not taken? One is this way. It is not taking here. Then let me try here. It should take. It is called ellipse. So this way also, but here it is not taking. I'll look into that, some example for this. Either this way or that way, both is allowed. So let me show you. It is not taking here. So you can just put your array symbol like this way. So this is allowed. So this is a normal way. What I am doing here, I am creating the multiple values array. So all are integer, you can see here. Duplicate is also allowed, no problem. But it should be the same kind of data type. If it is integer, so all should be integer. You cannot put booleans, float and all such things. This is because of this is integer values. And once your array is designed, you want to print it. So there are multiple ways to print the array, right? So first I will show you simple ways, then I will go for the loops concept. Consider that you want to print this 100. So you just count the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is index of 5. So just you do like this, s out, okay, and give the array name. This is the array name you can give over here, and then put a big bracket like this and this, and then put the index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So index of 5. You can see here, now compilation error is gone, and you just try to print it, and I'm expecting the value should give a 100. You can see here it's giving me 100. So as expected, the value is coming. So anything, any index if you want, you can just try. So suppose that this is the last value you want to print. So how you will get the last value? So you just put here in the index this dot length -1. This is the last index. Just remember this. This is the last index. So if you want to print the last value, you can write like this. It is, and if you want to print the first value, then either you should use 0. This is also one way, and either you can write like this. Just copy it. Same value minus same value. The length minus length, it will become 0. So either you put a manual 0 or you do it like this. So it's up to you how you think of and how you design it. So in this way you can just print the first value, and the last value printing is just get the length is by default a variable in every array. Means I have not created, you see anywhere when you are working on array. So these are like Java properties which you will get, and based on that you can calculate. If someone is asking that just print the second last value, so you can just pass -2. So it will print the second last value. Like this you can print. So let me comment this part. If you want to print all the values, so how you will do that? So there are multiple ways, either indexing this or for each loop you can take. So here I am taking the for each loop. How the for each loop works, you already know. Just put the array name over here. Just put the data type over here, and local variable you can create like XYZ. I have taken as a local. PQR also you can take, ABC you can take, up to you. So you just took and just try to print that value. So what it will do, first it will print 100, next loop it will take 44. So the benefit of advanced for loop is that you don't need to put any condition. If you have to just print from start to end, so don't need to put any condition, you can write like this and it will work, and you just check how it is working. So it break into like multiple lines. If you want to print in the same line, you can use println method with some spaces. Plus some space. So it printed in one line. So this is one way. And if you have to sort the array, so you have a method called arrays.sort. What you do, you just sort it and just try to print again. We have already done this, so no need to do again. Sorting is a technique like on which basis it will sort the value, and then after that you try to print, you will get the output. So this is /n. If you want to start new line, so you can use /line. So you see here dot was printed in their same line. Now it will start in the new line. You can see I'm getting the desired output. So after sorting, whatever the values are there, it is printed in the sorting order. And this demo I have already given. And if you want to print any index value, so you can just use like this. And if you want to print the size of array, so you can use this variable. So array name dot length. See, this is the output I am getting. copy. The size of the array is 8. So values dot length is giving you size of the array. You can see here, right? And this is via advanced for loop, and if you want to use via indexing, you can also use it like that. You can see here from I equal to 0 index you have taken 0, and here you have taken less than, not equal to. So less than, it means it will just go to the particular length minus 1, and then I plus plus, then value of I you are passing, and based on that it is printing the indexing operator. So value of particular 0, value of particular 1, this will keep on doing up to the value of length. You can see I'm getting the desired output like this. So both way I have shown you the printing. So this is something like accessing part of array. Let me show you other examples so that you will understand it more. So we have the arrays of like integer, we have already seen. Other examples also we will see. So this is a way while you are creating the array but not initializing it. So you know integer initialization is by default 0. But how to design before initialization? This way you are doing creation, and this part is called initialization, both in the same line. But this is something just creation. So how to create it? Via new, you know already, right? New, we can create a new array. Okay, so I'm here, you have to put the size. Okay, so new int of size of 5. This is the right size, very important, and the array name. So you can just focus on the syntax. If you have any doubt, you can just ask me. Just have a close look how we are doing that. When we were creating and initializing, so we were writing like this, but since we are only creating, not initializing, so we are doing like this. If someone is asking you what is this way called, so you can say this is creation and initialization, and this is only creation. So via new, we are just creating it, and first I am showing you what is the initial value, and after that each index value I am setting. So for 0 I am setting 15. I have size of 5, right? So 0 to 4 is the valid index number. Just remember this. If you try to access any other index, it will get some error. This is invalid. I will show you that part as well. So first I am just initializing and just creating, then I am running the program, and after that I am initializing it, and then I am again printing this. So let me do up to this part, then you will see that. Later on I will explain what are the things I am doing here. So array name is values. So values of 0, 15, 1, this, 2, this, 3 is 4, this, like this I am setting up. Okay, I'm running this program and you see. So initial value was 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Because of this, printing is done. After that I set up the value. So it was set up 15, 25, 16. Then I tried to print, it printed out. But what will happen if I try to access the index which is not there? So index 5 is not there. 0 to 4 is valid index, but the index 5 is invalid. So once I run this program, you see some error I am getting here, and it is saying that exception in thread main Java index array index out of bounds exception. Okay, so this is invalid index number because your size is 5. So 0 to 4 index is only valid, and when you are running it, you are getting the output. And you know like how to sort the array, so that thing you have already seen. After sorting, again you are trying to print, you will get this output, and this is end of the program. So let me show you that part as well. You see here 0, 0, 0, 0. Then after initialization I am printing, so this will give you the value, and this is after sorting. I'm printing, so this is a sorted value. 15, 16, 18, 25, 66. So this is the, and lastly end of the program. Anyone has any doubt?
No, sir,
not
thank
no
you.
doubt. So Rajiv, I have one question. If we have to print the reverse side of the array,
Mm-hmm.
so that
Mm-hmm. I just
how
saw
we
you, right?
can do?
I just saw you in the string
Yeah, actually,
example.
sorry.
In the string example, I just discussed the same question, but if
Okay.
you want, I can show you again, no problem.
No,
You
that's
see
fine. I
here?
mean, I will go to the recording because, as I said, I was busy in
No,
this
it's okay.
office meeting.
Okay. Since you have asked, I can discuss it. See, suppose that you have something, the value you are printing. Let me run this program and show you. You have already seen that this is something you are getting the final. After that, you want to print in the reverse order. So how do you want to do that, right? So you have the array, and for loop you just take the index based for loop, because for reverse order printing this for loop will not work, right? So you have to take the whatever normal for loop which is working on the index value. So what you have, the first index you have to take the array name. This is the array name, right? Come here, int I, initial value of index you want to set at the last position. So last position, how you will get? So array name dot
Values
length
dot length.
-1. So this will set the index to the last position, and then the I should be greater than equal to 0. So this is the condition. So one is initialization, second is condition, and third part is decrement, because this is the reverse order. So I minus minus.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So this way you can access the array in the reverse order. And now whatever the array name you have, the array name is values. Again come here and try to print on the index basis. Press out. The array name is this, and then big bracket open and close, and index is your this one. So first time index is pointing to the last one. It will keep on printing like this. So let me put a separator. You can see this reverse one. Whatever the output you got, you just reverse this.
Yeah, get it.
Any other questions anyone has? So arrays will keep on going because it's a single dimensional array. Then we have multi-dimensional array, like 2-dimensional. Then we have multi-dimensional array. So those things you can implement. I will discuss that part in the next class. It means not tomorrow, on Thursday. Okay.
Rajiv, how frequently these arrays are used in normally in automation framework?
So many times. Means you cannot escape this. Arrays are the compulsory part. Yes, you have to know about each and everything about arrays. Very, very important concept.
Okay.
And even in the programmings of the interviews, they will ask about these questions. So be prepared for that.
Yeah, the reverse order I've asked once.
The condition is only you have to just remember
Yeah.
that how to set this one, because people used to get confused this part. Initial value is what, and this the condition is what. Once you remember these things now, then it will be very easy for you, because this part is like something you once you practice 2 3 times, then only you will memorize. Okay.
Okay.
Okay then.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope
Thank
it was
you.
clear to you on arrays part. I will discuss more about the arrays. It's not
Yes.
finished over yet. It's just started the arrays.
Yep.
And if once you are working on arrays, so you should be familiar with arrays class as well in Java. So let me show you, because this was the class I was discussing. It has any reverse method or not, you can go and check. I don't remember we have any reverse mode. PQR. we don't have, right? P and S, so reverse is not there, so you have to use it by your own logic. Sort is there, so sort you can use, and reverse is not there. Okay, that's it for today's class. We will discuss the things in the next class, and that will be array itself. Still it will be continued, because you can see here single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. So multi-dimensional, like rows and columns concepts I have to give, and then give the examples, and then I will come to the dynamic array. Dynamic array where row and size are dynamic, means nothing is fixed. So how you will handle those kind of things. Okay, thank you. Thanks all for joining today's session.
Thank
Thank
you. Thanks,
you.
Rajiv, for your
Thank
time.
you, sir. Good
Welcome.
night.
Good night.